Hello everyone. So welcome to CSAP CNA news analysis. So from today, the very 1st of August, we'll be starting down with the various analysis of the newspapers related to Hindu, Indian Express, as well as the Assam Tribune. Okay. And hence today, in this very great moment of introducing such number of analysis, in this very month of August, we have got a sole motive, because we all know that India is today, by the 15th August 2022, is celebrating the 75th years of India's independence. And hence, the government is directly forecasting much more towards the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So, starting with the very first topic, that is going with the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and our respected PM's speech about building India of freedom fighters' dream. We'll start with the very first topic related to the Indian heritage, culture, history, and some form of the India's freedom fighters' dream. We in the recent past have seen various number of our leaders sacrificed their life for this motherland, be it Bhagat Singh. Okay. So we can see that such number of leaders are our particular idol. Okay, they wanted a country which is full of peace, security, and various other good deeds that a country should be able to have. Okay, so in this various programs that is directly fested by the government to celebrate or commemorate the 75 years of India's independence. Okay, you can see that in this 15th August, the flag hoistings will be there, the parade will be there, the fireworks will be there, the singing patriotic songs will be there. Okay, then speech by the Prime Minister, President, and everything will be there. This government of India's, when they directly celebrated, or when they will celebrate this 75 years of India's independence, it will mark as a respective tribute to the various leaders that have sacrificed or have got a crucial role in making this country independent. Okay, so therefore we could see that even in various states also, not only in the center, not only by the government of India, the government of the states will also go for various number of celebrations, programs, performances, okay, community carnivals, etc. in this respective day. Okay. So we see that the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which is to celebrate the 75 years of Indian independence, it started by the time of 12th March 2021. And this will end within the next year of 2023. Okay. So it directly basically goes with two basic aspects of Jan Utsav as well as Jan Bhagyadari. So these are the two things which it directly stipulates of the program that it directly says. If I take the example over here of the Northeast, that is U. Tirot Singh. He was from Meghalaya. Okay, he was one of the greatest freedom fighter of the Khasi, and he was the Khasi chief, and he directly performed his role in the Anglo-Khasi War. Okay, that is directly with the British Empire within the time period of 1829 to 1833. So therefore, we see that the Tirot Singh died on 17 July 1835, and his death anniversary is commemorated every year as state holiday in Meghalaya. We in the national forum also do recognize the contribution made by this individual in the time period when India or the people of India was very much struggling towards the independence of its country. This Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav has also got various facilities or various programs through which we could see that the government will be going on to commemorate this number of events to make people aware about the various programs and implementations of the government. Suppose if I take the example of Azadi Ki Railgadi, okay, it makes people aware role of Indian Railways in the freedom struggle. Okay, we all know that the first railway time, that is between Mumbai to Thane and all these areas, when it got started, how it directly helped how it directly helped for the movement of the people, how it directly helped for the postal, how it directly helped for goods to transfer from one place to the other. So even after such number of time, even after 75 years of independence today, we could see that even the full northeastern area is still not covered by the railways. But still, slowly and slowly, the government's implementation on various number of projects, such as we are seeing that Manipur, the high bridges that are getting built over there, the connectivity between all the capitals of the northeastern regions. So this particular programs of Azadi Ki Rail Gari will directly commemorate such number of events. Okay, such number of dedications of the Indian Railways towards the respective arena. Okay, so even you can see Indian manufacturers are now making toys based on Indian mythology, history, and culture. So everything, be it culture, be it economics, be it politics, be it respectively any number of development, infrastructure, R&D, everything will be showcased through this respective arena of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So this is a brief about this particular topic. If I go to the second one, okay, that is the COVID universal immunization, that is related to your topic of governance of GS2. So now what is based or what is directly said about COVID? See, when I say about COVID, that is COWIN, it is COVID Vaccine Intelligence Network. And what is this? It's a cloud-based IT platform. And what it deals with? It deals with India's COVID-19 immunization program. Suppose we all know that we have directly attempted to book a respective slot during the time when the vaccines are very much available. Okay, and we have got a very tough time in booking such number of slots. So therefore, this COVID, which is directly made by or controlled by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, it displays the booking slots of COVID-19 vaccines that is very much available in your nearby centers. So therefore, we could see that this COVID today, at that point of time, it shows only vaccines related to Covishield as well as Covaxin. Okay, these two vaccines were only shown at that point of time when it was first introduced. But today, it directly shares some of the 4 vaccines. One is the Covishield, which is going for 18 plus. The second one is the Covaxin, which is going for 15 plus. The third is the Corbevax, Corbevax, which is going with the age range of 12 to 14. And the last one is the Sputnik, Sputnik, Sputnik. It is going for 18 plus. So these 4 vaccines could be registered well under this COVID. But today, when I say about or look after this particular topic, COVID to GERD universal immunization. When I say about immunization, it means something like a booster which can immune or which can directly protect your immune system. Okay, supposedly I can say about the pulse polio program. Okay, so Do Bund Zindagi Ki and all such ads what we see. So pulse polio is something which is a total immunization program, and today we can directly and proudly say India to be a pulse polio free nation. No doubt Pakistan is not a polio free nation, a neighboring country. Okay, a neighboring country which has also got the similar number of years of independence. But look after Pakistan, look after India. We cannot see the polio immunization programs that is very much successful in this respective arena, because at this particular instant of time, they have got something with their respective particular culture, particular affinity, something is there which directly stops people directly taking some of the polio vaccines in this respective country. But as of now, in our country, we have totally eradicated the polio. So therefore, we see that when I say about immunization, universal immunization, tomorrow through this COVID app, the government is also planning so that it could directly associate it with the blood donation as well as the organ donation. Today, when we talk about blood donation, we looked forward some of the platforms like the e-Rakt Kosh. Okay, suppose the Friends to Support. Okay, even if I talk about organ donation, something known as Mohan Foundation, something known as NOTO, that is the National Organization and Tissue Transplant Organization. So all these areas we have to search. Today we have to search in the Google. We do not know about such number of platforms very much existing. So if I have to say, if I have to directly cater some of the requirements of blood, some of the requirements of organ, today I have to directly deal with such number of platform, a common platform which will provide an universal access to such number of vaccines that is available in some of the locations of our country. Okay, so this is something about COVID to GERD universal immunization. Means what? It will directly encompass within. आज यहाँ पे 4 वैक्सीन दिया जा रहा है. Tomorrow polio will also integrate. Okay, measles will also integrate. Hepatitis B also will integrate. Everything will get integrated, so that we could directly make our society very much affordable, and in a very compassionate way we could directly universalize this particular area or this particular app or this particular COVID, so that everyone could be universally getting an access towards some number of requirements that they respectively have. Okay, so this is something about the COVID. If I go to the next scheme, that is the Arunodaya scheme. See, the Arunodaya scheme basically was launched to envisage more than some of the 24 lakh people per household. This was launched back by the time of 2020. And under the scheme, at that point of time when it was recently launched in December 20, it was basically to empower the women and serve the needy. And at that point of time, we could see that today we could see that under the scheme, a monthly assistance of 1,000 is given. But when it was basically started, it was 80-30 rupees per women. Okay. And therefore, it is directly coming under what? Direct benefit transfer scheme. Okay. So therefore, this Arunodaya scheme is very much successful. Okay. To elevate the people who have got a basic income of less than 2 lakhs rupees per annum. जिसका 2 lakhs rupees per annum से कम उनका मंथ एनुअली इनकम है, उन लोग को इस पर्टिकुलर Arunodaya scheme के अंदर हम लोग पकड़े. ठीक है. So this is directly to empower the women and serve the needy. Even you can see recently about the recent case that happened supposedly in the Kachar area. Okay, a very lady, okay, physically challenged lady. Okay, she was directly accompanying our very Assam chief minister. Okay, and she directly complained about the process that I have not been fed up with the, I did not fetched any of the benefits out of the Arunodaya scheme. And he directly, our very basic CM, okay, he directly pulled forward the Arunodaya scheme towards such number of people. The Arunodaya scheme का main मकसद ही वही है कि कैसे ये जो families है जिसके specially abled members होते हैं, divorced members होते हैं, widowed members होते हैं, okay, जिसका कहीं पे कुछ accidents हो गया है, ठीक है, जिसके for example some of the problems are there right from the very childhood, right from their very livelihoods. So ये सब जितने भी लोग हैं इन सबको Arunodaya scheme के अंदर हम लोग कवर करते हैं. ठीक है. So this is something which is basically going with the Arunodaya scheme. लेकिन ये अभी न्यूज में क्यों है कि Arunodaya scheme to aid Assam tricolor plans? See, through this particular beneficiaries, the people who are beneficiating 22 lakhs beneficiaries, okay, they are being targeted that इन लोग को हम लोग 18 रुपया करके ज्यादा देंगे so that they could buy a respective what? They will buy a respective national flag or two. ये national flag किस लिए बोल रहे हैं हम लोग? So that we could commemorate what? The आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव. जो आज आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव के बारे में हम लोग आज चिल्ला चिल्ला के पूरे कंट्रीज में बोल रहे हैं कि we are celebrating 75 years of India's independence. तो इसके लिए अभी हम लोग even the recent prime minister, even the recent CM of Assam and every other particular state CMs is directly going about what? ये लोग बोल रहे हैं कि सब लोग अपना डीपी चेंज करो, फ्लैग लगाओ, ठीक है, हर घर में फ्लैग होना चाहिए, ठीक है, हर घर में एटलीस्ट राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग ऑफ दिस वेरी मंथ ऑफ अगस्त तुम लोग को फ्लैग्स सबके घर में लगाओ. तो जो लोग इसको अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाते तो उनके लिए क्या है, हम लोग डायरेक्टली उसको Arunodaya स्कीम के अंदर 18 रुपया करके हम लोग ज्यादा देंगे. ओके, एंड थ्रू दैट दे विल बाय सम ऑफ द एक्स्ट्रा एज वेल एज सम ऑफ द नेशनल फ्लैग. Okay, so therefore we can see that here the economically weaker sections are very much targeted to buy flags from even some of the self-help groups which are very much prominent in some of the areas. ये सब जो areas होते हैं उस areas में आराम से हम लोग को self-help groups मिल जाता है, which is basically performing the NGO type. Okay, so therefore we could see that the self-help groups can help or can directly come about to directly supply such number of flags at a very lesser rates. Okay, and ये ऐसे क्या होगा, अगर हम लोग ज्यादा से ज्यादा फ्लैग्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, गवर्नमेंट का ये एम है दैट दे शुड नो, बिकॉज अगर हम लोग अभी एक कंट्री साइड में चला जाए, गांव एरिया में चला जाए, तो वहां पे हम लोग को क्या देखने को मिलता है, जनरली वी कैन नॉट सी पीपल आर अवेयर अबाउट व्हाट इज इंडिया, व्हाट इज रिपब्लिक ऑफ इंडिया, व्हाट इज सेक्युलर इंडिया, व्हाट इज डेमोक्रेटिक इंडिया, व्हाट इज रिपब्लिक इंडिया, ये सब देखने को, ये सब जानकारी कम होता है. ओके, एक फ्लैग में कितना हम लोग का कितना कलर्स है, what the chakra denotes, what the color denotes, कितना weight होना चाहिए, कितना रेशियो होना चाहिए, ये लोगों को कम पता होता है. तो एक बार, and even if you go to some of the countryside, और अगर उनको किसी को बोल दे कि can you directly choose the Indian flag from the various number of flags of the countries, they may not able to choose. तो ये क्या होता है, हम लोग ये through this particular medium we will directly make them aware about their country's superiority. ठीक है, तो therefore we will provide some of the 18 rupees more to such number of schemes, such number of Orunodoi schemes, along with the Orunodoi schemes, so that they could directly buy a flag or two for their respective households. Okay, so ये था एक particular analysis of the respective Orunodoi scheme. Okay, coming to the next one, that is the GS2, social justice, blasphemy and hate speech. Okay, when I say about blasphemy, blasphemy क्या होता है? In a good definition, if I directly explain blasphemy, it is directly an action or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things. ये होता है blasphemy. I will repeat my thing. That is action or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things. And if in short, I directly say what is blasphemy, you can directly say it is something of profane talk. Profane talk, in simple words. But if I say about hate speech क्या होता है? Hate speech is something abusive or threatening speech, prejudice against a particular group, especially on the basis of race, religion or sexual orientation. तो ये होता है हम लोग का क्या? Hate speech. I will repeat once: abusive or threatening speech, prejudice against a particular group, especially on the basis of race, religion or sexual orientation. और इसका अगर मैं एक लाइन का बात बोलूं तो, एक वर्ड में अगर मैं हेट स्पीच को संभालने जाऊं तो ये डायरेक्टली मैं बोलूंगा ऑफेंसिव डिस्कोर्स. OFF, सॉरी, आई विल राइट ओवर हियर, OFFENSIVE, ऑफेंसिव डिस्कोर्स. ओके, ये होता है क्या? हेट स्पीच. तो ये अभी क्यों इतना न्यूज में चल रहा है कि अबाउट ब्लास्फेमी, हेट स्पीच एंड ऑल सच थिंग्स. ओके, सी, in today's time what we see that blasphemy has directly taken a new shape. Okay, ये एक थोड़ा new shape लिया गया because of some of the incidents that is directly coming in from the neighboring country of Pakistan also. Okay, अभी जैसे ये नुपुर शर्मा वाला जो issue चल रहा था, okay, directly killing a man from Rajasthan. Okay, तो ये जो एक चीज चल रहा था, तो ये एक particular context में हम लोग बात कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, see, the context of this particular blasphemy or the debate surrounding such number of comments by some political spokesperson has put the spotlight on the need of some of the anti-blasphemy law which deals with criticism or which directly deals with some of the insult to a respective religion. तो ये बात बोलते हैं. ठीक है, तो अगर यहाँ की बात बोलूं, अगर हम लोग थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड में चला जाए, तो being a society with mostly Hindu population, India never saw a legislation against blasphemy until 1927. 1927 तक ब्लास्फेमी के हिसाब से कोई हम लोग का यहाँ पे कुछ लॉ वो था ही नहीं. ओके, इवन प्रायर टू इंडिपेंडेंस, इन द फॉग ऑफ कम्युनल टेंशंस, ओके, ए पैम्फलेट वाज पब्लिश्ड बाय देन महाशय राजपाल. एक आदमी था वहां पे. ओके, ही वाज वेरी मच पॉलिटिकली एक्टिव, ही वाज अ सोशलिस्ट. ओके, सो वो क्या किए थे, एक पर्टिकुलर पैम्फलेट उन्होंने डायरेक्टली सर्कुलेट किए थे. ओके, इस पैम्फलेट का सर्कुलेशन के लिए, ओके, व्हिच डायरेक्टली हर्ट the sentiments of the Muslims, then इनको अरेस्ट कर लिया जाता है. ओके, इसको बार like he was sent to the very bars. ओके, तो but after some period of time in 1929, ओके, यहाँ पे क्या होता है, he was acquitted because of the lack of any blasphemy law in India, only to be murdered in 1929. उसको ultimately he has been murdered, but the court or the very police cannot prove, बिकॉज यहां पे हम लोग का कोई एग्जिस्टिंग लॉ नहीं था. So today also, if you see towards our country, we do not have such number of laws, any number of laws of blasphemy. Okay, like if I go to countries like Pakistan, if I go to countries of West Asia, they have got some of the blasphemy laws. Okay, so we have seen that in various areas, okay, we have seen that we have got some number of regulations. जैसे अभी हम लोग आईपीसी का बोले तो आईपीसी का 295A डायरेक्टली डिफाइन करता है. Okay, it directly says about the contours of the free speech and its limitations with respect to offenses relating to religion. तो ये सब बात बोलते हैं. Okay, and it also prescribes punishment. Okay, so लेकिन हम लोग इसके बेसिस पे ये एक पर्टिकुलर क्या है, ये हम लोग का आईपीसी में डिफाइन किया गया है कि पनिशमेंट क्या है. लेकिन we do not see any number of law that is directly going up with such number of blasphemy. Okay, so therefore in this areas of or in this very period of time when even some of the tauntings, even some of the hate speeches are going ahead with even the online medium, so we have to be very much accurate and we have to be very much concentrate on various number of such number of blasphemy as well as hate speeches. Because if such number of hate speeches or if such number of blasphemy is directly into practice, इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें हम लोग का कम्युनल वायलेंस का रूप देता है, राइटिंग्स होता है, कम्युनल टेंशंस होता है. ओके, तो इसमें like in a country where we have got secularism, where we have got respect for each and every particular religion, in this particular country we do not see any number of provisions of related to the blasphemy as well as the hate speech. Okay, तो ये हम लोग को थोड़ा we have to go and analyze कि how this particular blasphemy as well as the hate speeches laws can be directly been tackled. ये cases हम लोग कैसे tackle कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि in the very time period, it's not only, I have just mentioned over here only one case, that is Ramji Lal Modi case. There are many other cases like the Rangila Rasool case. Okay, then we can see Ramlal Puli versus state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, then we can see Baragur Ramachandrappa versus state of Karnataka. Okay, so all these particular cases is directly focused much more towards the hate speeches, which ultimately can lead to blasphemies. क्योंकि एक बार मैं अगर किसी एक कंसर्न रिलीजन, किसी एक कंसर्न कम्युनिटी और ग्रुप के बारे में कुछ गाली दे दूं, then obviously slowly and slowly I may even target the respective gods of the respective community that I am directly taunting upon. तो hate speeches से हम लोग को blasphemy जानने में आसान होता है. With the very rage, you can directly say something contradictory with respectively to such number of people who has directly followed or who have got a belief about some of the religion gods. Okay, so ये एक basics था with respective to what, blasphemy or something which is associated with the hate speech. Okay, now next. So the next topic over here is the hybrid electric vehicles, that is going with the GS3 of the technology part. Okay, so over here what I have seen is that the hybrid electric vehicles, today we are using the various number of petrol as well as diesel vehicles. So now the government is directly and slowly promoting the hybrid vehicles, which provides some of the technology, okay, so as to cater the very demands of the petrol as well as diesel engines. So we can see that the hybrid electric vehicles can be categorized under flex fuel vehicles, as well as some of the flex fuel strong hybrid electric vehicles. So when I say about flex fuel vehicle, it directly says about the combination of petrol as well as ethanol. Okay, अगर आज मैं ethanol 10% दे रहा हूँ पेट्रोल में, so I am directly using the flex fuel. But मैं इसको 100% भी ले सकता हूँ कि मैं एक गाड़ी को simply with ethanol और methanol में directly run करूँगा. So that is going with the flex fuels. But when I say of flex fuels going with strong hybrid electric vehicles, it directly says about either the electric or the petrol. So the government is directly focusing much more towards such number of technology, because अगर हम लोग ये technology use करें, the hybrid electric vehicles, it may be a parallel hybrids, it may be a series hybrids, it may be a power split hybrids. तो अगर हम लोग ये use करें, so it directly will combine a conventional IC system with the electric propulsion system. और गवर्नमेंट का एम भी है, जैसे गवर्नमेंट इज डायरेक्टली रनिंग अ स्कीम व्हिच इज नोन एज FAME, फास्टर एडॉप्टेशन एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ हाइब्रिड एंड इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स. इसके एडवांटेजेस बहुत है, जैसे यू कैन सी दैट if we totally much more relying towards the electric vehicles, we are easing or we are easing the very pressure of the import that of the oil that we are directly buying in from some of the foreign countries. Also, it is very much useful for the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Also, there is a revenue streams for the farmers because ethanol, methanol will be directly been produced from the remains of the respective agricultural products. Also, the very less carbon emissions that we have directly pledged on the COP26, the Conference of Party 26. So here we can see that by 1 billion ton we'll be reducing the carbon emission by 2030. तो ये थोड़ा हम लोग का एडवांटेज है, लेकिन we have got challenges too. कुछ अच्छा करने जाओगे तो बुरा तो होगा ही होगा, तो ऑब्वियसली चैलेंजेस हुआ है थोड़ा बहुत, हाई व्हीकल कॉस्ट है, ओके, बैटरी इंक्रीज कॉस्ट है, ओके, सम ऑफ द ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम्स, ओके। तो यहाँ पे we have the over dependence of, or the people, we have got over dependence on some of the very areas of fossil fuels में हम लोग का over dependence बढ़ता जा रहा है। जब से सो के उठते हम लोग, जब से हम लोग का जन्म हुआ है, तब से हम लोग बस फॉसिल फ्यूल्स के ही ऊपर निर्भर है। Then obviously it will be a very challenge for a country like India with a huge population, which is obviously surpassing China by 2023. So with such a population, it will be very much difficult for a country like India to directly shift from this fossil fuels to the hybrid electric vehicles. But yeah, we have to be very much optimistic. ओके अगर हम लोग को कुछ करना है लाइफ में तो हम लोग को वी हैव टू बी वेरी मच ऑप्टिमिस्टिक, और इसीलिए वी आर डायरेक्टली फॉलोइंग सच नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स ऑफ हाइब्रिड इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स। तो ये एक छोटा सा टॉपिक था अराउंड द टेक्नोलॉजी पार्ट। द लास्ट एंड द फाइनल पार्ट ऑफ द बेस एनालिसिस इज द पीएमएलए वर्डिक्ट एंड इरोजन ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बफर्स। पीएमएलए क्या है? प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट। ये रिसेंटली ये पीएमएलए पहली बार आया था 2002 में टू टैकल द मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्टिविटीज। ये रिसेंटली अमेंड किया गया था पीएमएलए एक्ट 2022 में। ओके तो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग क्या होता है? मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग अगर मैं सिंपल भाषा में बोलूं, द कन्वर्जन ऑफ ब्लैक मनी टू व्हाइट मनी और इलीगल मनी टू लीगलाइज्ड मनी इज नोन एज मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग। इस मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग में जनरली हम लोग का 3 स्टेजेस होता है। एक होता है प्लेसमेंट स्टेज, एक होता है लेयरिंग स्टेज, और लास्टली होता है एक इंटीग्रेशन स्टेज थ्रू वेयर दिस मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्टिविटीज आर। तो कोई भी मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केस अगर इंडिया में है तो वो कौन डेजिग्नेट करता है, कौन उसको लुक आफ्टर करता है? द एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट, उसको बोलते हैं हम लोग ईडी। एंड ईडी 2 बस एक एक्ट से फॉलो करता है, एक होता है फेमा फॉरेन एक्सचेंज मैनेजमेंट एक्ट और दूसरा होता है पीएमएल। इन 2 पर्टिकुलर एक्ट के थ्रू से ईडी विल डायरेक्टली गो अहेड। ओके सो देयरफॉर पीएमएल वर्डिक्ट जो अभी रिसेंटली एक वर्डिक्ट आया था ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट कि जितने भी अमेंडमेंट्स किया गया है अबाउट द पीएमएलए एंड अदर सच थिंग्स, ओके, ये डायरेक्टली कंसिडरेट करते हैं कौन? द रेस्पेक्टिव सुप्रीम कोर्ट। ओके एंड इन दिस पीएमएलए, ओके, द पीएमएलए जो रिसेंटली अमेंड किया गया था, देयर आर वेरियस थिंग्स अबाउट द क्लैरिफिकेशंस ऑफ द पोजीशंस ऑफ द प्रोसीड्स ऑफ क्राइम। ओके कि क्राइम को कैसे प्रोसीड किया जाता है, किस लेवल के ऑफिसर्स टैकल करेंगे, उन सब को थोड़ा बहुत अमेंड किया गया है। ओके देन ऑब्वियसली जो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का एक्सेस है, ईडी का कितना पावर्स है अबाउट कंसीलमेंट, पोजेशन, एक्विजिशन ऑफ प्रॉपर्टीज, ओके, ये सब चीज क्या होता है डायरेक्टली दिखाया गया है कहां पे? इन दिस पर्टिकुलर अमेंडमेंट्स। ओके और जो जो ऑफेंस है, कौन सा ऑफेंस किस तरह से, कौन सा ऑफेंस का क्या नेचर है, किस नेचर में कैसे ट्रीट किया जाएगा, इन सब में से थोड़ा बहुत अमेंडमेंट लाया गया। ओके एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर अमेंडमेंट्स, ओके, recently we can see that the Supreme Court has directly put a 3 judges bench stand, okay, and it directly upholded the constitutional validity of the provisions of this PMLA, calling it as a unique and special legislation. Okay, so therefore it directly SC ruled that there is no comparison between the PMLA as well as the CRPC. लोग often confuse करते हैं because we can see that PMLA, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act, okay, इसमें अगर किसी के कोई इंडिविजुअल अगर पीएमएलए में फंस गया तो यहाँ पे उसका बेल मिलना पूरा टोटली ना मुश्किल हो जाता है। लेकिन इफ यू आर डायरेक्टली गेटिंग इन्वॉल्व इन सम नंबर ऑफ वेरियस अदर एक्टिविटीज, ओके, जहाँ पे सीआरपीसी में डिफाइन किया गया है, तो इट्स डायरेक्टली बीन सेड एज बेलेबल, नॉन बेलेबल, वहां पे भी होता है, तो वहां पे बेल मिलने का चांसेस होता है। लेकिन यहाँ पे बेल इज टोटली नॉट बीन गिवन। तो इसीलिए अगर सब लोगों को बिकॉज ऑफ सम टाइप ऑफ problems that is associated with this particular criminal laws, बहुत अंडर ट्रायल्स भी आज हम लोग के जेल में कैदी में कैद बन के घुसे हुए, because we can see that in the recent analysis of NCRB, 80% of the prisoners that we have in our whole country is directly suffering from under trials. ये सब under trials है, मतलब आज भी इन लोग का केसेस का पूरे अच्छे तरीके से इसको एनालिसिस और डायरेक्टली इसका जस्टिस सिस्टम नहीं हुआ है. तो 80% of the prisoners today of the respective jails of India are under trials. तो SC ने ये सब भी बात बोला है कि we should have a proper analysis, we should have a proper overview of this particular PMLA, of this Prevention of Money Laundering Act, so that in recent times some of the clarifications and people should be very much more aware about its respective provisions, about its respective penalties, and we could say that through these particular amendments, the internal checks and balances that can increase the possibility of political misuse could directly be tackled. Okay, and obviously any form of operational vigilance, okay, it should not become a respective punishment for the people who are totally not involved in such number of cases. Okay, तो ये हम लोग आज अंडर ट्रायल्स घटाने के लिए, जस्टिस सिस्टम को थोड़ा अच्छा बनाने के लिए, we have directly made some of the amendments so that every people should get some of the fair justice as well as fair disposal of their respective cases. Okay, तो ये थोड़ा एक बेसिक था अबाउट PMLA और अबाउट द मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्टिविटीज. तो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग मैंने सिंपल से बोल दिया कि द डायरेक्टली टर्निंग और डायरेक्टली गोइंग अहेड ऑफ कन्वर्टिंग अ ब्लैक मनी इनटू व्हाइट मनी इज नोन एज मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग. ये एक सिंपल सा डेफिनेशन है और इसका 3 स्टेजेस है, दैट इज प्लेसमेंट, लेयरिंग एज वेल एज इंटीग्रेशन. ओके, तो दिस इज समथिंग अबाउट द PMLA verdict as upholded by the Supreme Court. Okay, so this is directly with today's topic, today's analysis of the newspaper, which is we have started from today. It is the CNA of CSAP. So we have given some of the questions which you can directly comment, okay, or you will directly get the PDF version of this particular slide in the Telegram channel. And obviously we'll have a particular mains question. Obviously, please do write this particular mains question, try this mains question about how social media is giving a platform in the spreading of hate speech. Okay, discuss the impact of hate speech and suggest to effectively deal with the same. So you could directly comment it down, or you could directly send or update in our respective Telegram channel. So thank you for today. We'll meet again tomorrow with the same time. Thank you all. Jai Hind.